We had the chance to introduce the verbs in the previous chapter, whereby you had seen on the regular verbs. Now, still on the same beat. Today, I want us to see still on the regular verbs, but this one is going to be on the exceptions. That is the exceptions of regular verbs. Now, let's find out what is involved under the exceptions of regular verbs. Now, look at the first exception. There are three of them. Number one, verbs ending in N. Now, in the previous video, you only saw verbs ending in EN. Now, they're informing you that verbs ending in N add only N in ver and Z forms. Now, because these verbs are now ending in N, we don't add EN because they're already ending in N, yeah? So, verbs ending in N add only N in ver and Z forms. Like in the example here we've been given is tune. Now, tune is T-U-N, to do, tune. Now, if I go ahead and follow the procedure by removing the ending N, I remain with the verb stem to, right? T-U. So you proceed to add the verb endings like we saw in the previous video. So in ich, you say, ich tue, I am doing, ich tue. And then under do, you say, du tust, you are doing. And then you have er, sie, es, tut. So ich tue, I am doing. Du tust, you are doing. Er, sie, es, remember it's ending T, yeah? Er, sie, es, tut, you are, he, she, it is doing. And then you have sie tun. Sie tun, you are doing. And kindly ensure that always this Z for the formal U is always in capital, yeah? Right, so sie tun, wir tun. You can now see we are adding only N, not EN, because the original verb is normally TUN. So, wir tun, and then I have ihr tut, you are doing, and then sie tun, they are doing. Then lastly, sie tun, you are doing. Okay, I'm going to give us some two more examples. Number two, segeln. Now, segeln is to sail. Segeln, to sail. So let's conjugate it. Now, if I remove my N, I remain with segel. Segel. Now, if we proceed to conjugate it, it will become like this. Ich segele. Ich segele. All right. And then you have du segelst. Ich segele. I am sailing. Du segelst. You are sailing. And then I have er, sie, es. Remember er, sie, es. Segelt. Er, sie, es. Segelt. Then you have the capital S. Sie segeln. Sie segeln. How about wir? Wir segeln. Ihr segelt. And then sie segeln. Sie segeln. All right? Okay, I'd like us to pick another one. To change. This is the last example, and then I give you some other examples, yeah? The other one is to change. That is ändern. I can see there's an umlaut, so you pronounce it as ändern. Don't say andan, no. Ändern. Ändern. Now, ändern is to change. So we do the same procedure here. If we remove the N, we remain with änder. Änder. So in ich, you add an E, becomes ich ändere. Ich ändere. How about du? Du änderst. Ich ändere. Du änderst. How about er, sie, es? Now, er, sie, es ändert. Er, sie, es ändert. And then the other capital S, sie ändern. So, ich ändere. Du änderst. Er, sie, es ändert. Sie ändern. Wir ändern. Ihr ändert. And then sie ändern. Sie ändern. So I'm going to give some other examples of verbs ending in N. The next one is bestellen. Go ahead and attempt conjugating it like we have conjugated the above ones, yeah? So bestellen, to build. Next one, sammeln. Sammeln. So the same procedure. Ich sammle, etc. So sammeln. Now, the next one is to stamp. That is stempeln. Stempeln. To stamp, yeah? Stempeln. Now, the following one is to celebrate. The verb is feiern. I get the pronunciation correctly, yeah? Feiern. F-E-I-E-R-N. Feiern. So again, you'll do the same procedure. Ich feiere. Ich feiere. Du feierst, in that order. So feiern, to celebrate. Now, the next one is to smile. The next one is to smile. Now, I can say it's L-A umlaut. Now, because of the umlaut, the pronunciation now becomes le. Lächeln. Don't say lakeln. No, it is le. The E umlaut becomes the S sound, right? So, lächeln. Lächeln, to smile. So, ich lächele. Wir lächeln, in that procedure, okay? So those are some examples of verbs ending with N. Let's now see the second exception. Now this one tells like this, that verbs ending in, look at this one, verbs ending in T-E-N, D-E-N, and N-E-N. Let's take that again. Verbs ending in T-E-N, D-E-N, and N-E-N. What do? They add est in do. Now, back then, you only saw that in do form, we were only adding st, right? But they're telling you this. Verbs with these endings, ten, den, and nen, add est in do form. Add est in do form, and et in ear and as forms, just like shown below. Now, the first example we've been given here is arbeiten, 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 to work. So you can see it ends with ten, right? So if we follow our old procedure, we remove the ending en, you remain with arbeit, arbeit, right? Arbeit. So we proceed to add our endings as usual. In ich, the ending is e, right? So ich arbeite, ich arbeite, and then du arbeitest. Ich arbeite, du arbeitest. All right? And then you have er, sie, es, that is er, sie, es, arbeitet. Okay? Er, sie, es, arbeitet. Now you can see ich arbeite, as usual, ending e, but in do, we now add est, arbeitest. And then in er, sie, es, we add et, er, sie, es, arbeitet. And then sie arbeiten, wir arbeiten. Then you have er arbeitet, er arbeitet, and then sie arbeiten, they're working, sie arbeiten. Okay. Now the next one is finden. Now finden is to find, finden. So again, the same procedure. You remove the e and remain with find. So ich finde, ich finde. Then you have du findest, er, sie, es findet. Sie finden, wir finden, ihr findet, then sie finden, sie finden. How about number 3, to draw? That is zeichnen. Zeichnen, to draw. So you'll do the same procedure here. Ich zeichne, I am drawing. Du zeichnest. Du zeichnest. So ich zeichne. Du zeichnest. Then you have er, sie, es zeichnet. Then sie zeichnet, zeichnen. Wir zeichnen. Ihr zeichnet. And then sie zeichnet. Sie zeichnen. Sie zeichnen. Okay, so let me give you the other examples then of verbs ending with those endings. You also attempt from your end. Number 5, to cut. That is schneiden. Schneiden, to cut. Now the next one is to answer. Ant, A-N-T, ant, and then voten, one word. Antworten. Antworten is now to answer. Antworten. Number 7, to expect. That is erwarten. Erwarten. Don't say erwarten. No. Erwarten. Now, erwarten is to expect. Then I have to bind or tie. That is binden. Binden. Now, binden is to bind or tie. Binden. How about to ride a horse? Now, to ride a horse is reiten. Reiten. To ride a horse. Reiten. To offer. Now, to offer is bieten. B-I-E. Bieten. Now, bieten is to offer. Then lastly, we have bieten, double T, to request. Bieten. So these are some examples of verbs ending in TN, DEN, and NEN. Okay, let's now go ahead and see the very last exception. The very last exception says like this. Now, verbs ending in, let's take it slow, verbs ending in S sound. Look at that. Verbs ending in S sound, you're being told, add only T and not ST in the do form. Let's take it again. Verbs ending in S sound. Because they're already ending in S sound, you're being told, add only T in add only T and not ST in the do form. So normally we are used to adding ST in the do form, right? But you're being told because these verbs, they already end in S sound, what you do, only add T in the do form, okay? Like in the example given here is heißen. Now, heißen is to be cold. So if I proceed to do the same procedure, remove the en, you remain with the verb stem, heiß, H-E-I-S-S, right? Heiß. So I proceed to add my endings as usual. Ich heiße, right? Ich heiße, I am cold. Ich heiße Peter. Ich heiße Fred, right? So heiße. But you can now see in do, because it already ends with an S sound, what we do, you only add T. So it becomes do heist. Don't add an extra S, yeah? Just add a T only. Do heist. And then now for these types of verbs, you will see that do and as the S are the same because you have do heist with the same ending as the S, heist. Okay, as the S, heist. And then you have sie heißen, wir heißen. And then you have ihr heißt, and then sie heißen, sie heißen. Okay. Now the next one that I have here, number 2, is to greet. Großen. Großen, to greet. So again, the same procedure. Ich große. Ich große. I am greeting. Now, of course, you could write it with the S like this, or you could also write it with the double S. That is also still okay. All right. Remember, we said that thing that looks like a capital B. It is not a capital B. Its name is AZ, and sometimes it can be replaced with a double S. Okay. So großen to greet, we said ich große, and then du großt, sie es großt. Remember, we said for these types of verbs, mostly as, es, and do are the same. So du großt, and then as, es großt. Then you have sie großen, wir großen, ihr großt, and then sie großen, sie großen. Let's proceed then. I have number 3, to close or shut. That is schließen. Schließen. Now, schließen is to close or even shut. Schließen. Then the next one is, so I'd like you to also attempt this one. Yeah? The same procedure. Ich schließe, du schließt, in that order. So the next one is to bite. How would you say this? Try pronouncing it. To bite. That is correct. Beißen. Beißen, to bite. How about to kiss? Yes, you now say küssen. Küssen, to kiss. And then I have number 6, to pour. That is gießen. Gießen. Gießen, to pour. And then lastly, to enjoy. Now, to enjoy is going to be genießen. That is genießen. All right. So these or those are the three exceptions of regular verbs. You've seen the verbs. You've seen the three exceptions. Yeah. Now, as I always say, I would like you to play back this video just for proper clarity. Yeah. Go ahead and revisit it again and again for proper clarity and understanding. Okay. So, with that said and done, then this brings you to the end, the complete end of the regular verbs. Now, that is bringing you to the complete end of the regular verbs. Now, of course, I know you might still be having some questions. And if in case you might be having some questions on these ones and you would like to reach out, just go ahead and write to me in my email. I shall be able to answer you back. Yeah. My email is languagestutors at gmail.com. Yeah. Just go ahead and reach to me there and I will be able to help where you will still need more help. Okay. All right, then. So, with that done, then, let me say, das ist alles für heute. I shall be seeing you in the next chapter, whereby we'll be talking about the irregular verbs. Bis dann.